hello. Sit. Okay, I'm sorry. The hellos are the worst part for me. I always botch them. I'm just gonna dive in. I'm gonna do some makeup today, and I am going to be working out of my clutch from Maskcara Beauty. On the zipper part of it in here has my makeup. This is my foundation here, has coverage as well as provides dimension. I have my blush, illuminator, bronzer, setting powder, and a few eyeshadow colors. I've already done my eyes today, so I am just going to be showing you my foundation routine and how simple and easy it can be. I'm going to use the Detail Hack today, and sometimes I will use the 30-second hack in my videos, but I thought it would be fun to show you this today, and then I will also be showing you how to clean your brushes. So the brush cleaner is restocked. If you have been waiting on the brush cleaner coming back, or you're looking for an amazing brush cleaner, then grab this one. So I will link it for you as well. I am coming in with this fat side of the Detail Hack brush here, and my darker highlight color, which I use amber, and a little bit goes a long way. Just put this right underneath my eye, anywhere area that's darker or has some redness to it. And then you just buff it in really well. And this fat, flat side here is a really good buffing tool as well. I add this darker color, any area that has any kind of darkness or redness, and then I will go in with the lighter color and blend it out. I also avoid this area because I will be putting contour there, which also has coverage. The concept of our makeup is that it's three-dimensional, and one layer on your face should be able to provide dimension. So you only put the light color where you need brightness, and you only put the dark color where you want to smooth out those shadows and polish on there. You don't need very much product. Actually, the less product you use, the better. It will feel better on your skin. It will eliminate the cakiness and the sticky feeling that can happen if you are using too much product. And then also your product lasts quite a bit longer. All right, so you can see this half of my face is already looking a little bit more even, polished. The tone may be a little bit dark for what I want, but I will go in afterwards and be able to add that brightness. If I put too light of a color on to start with, then it will not mesh into my skin right, and it will sit on top of it and ouch, sorry, have a tendency to look cakey or slippery or things like that. So you want to make sure that if you are balancing any of these red tones or freckles or dark spots, dark circles, all of that stuff, you need to go in with a darker color first. And of course, I will help you pick your colors. All you have to do is direct message me or email me, and I would love to help you get your own palette. Now I'm coming in with my lighter color here, and if you send me your photo to be color matched, there is a pretty good chance I will recommend two colors. Most people need two highlight colors, and it will provide the most dimension to your face as well as just wear well. It'll just like wear more evenly and things like that if you are using the correct deep base, and then you are able to come in and just dab on some brightening. So I only put, see, this end of this brush is really tiny, and I barely dip the tip of it into my makeup, and so that as I'm dabbing this on right here, it's blending itself in. So I don't want to brush it on and create like streaks and kind of ruin that base I just created with the darker color. I want this to go on and just dab a little extra brightness in through these areas here. So I am just dabbing on this and lightening up right here where I want brightness, and I want it to look like the attention is drawn to more the center of your face, and kind of highlighting your cheekbones and things like that you want to stand out. Okay, and then I also brighten up right here in between my eyebrows. You can also use this tip to cover up any blemishes or things like that that you may have or want to get rid of. And I will do the center of my chin here, and I like to come down just the tip of my, or the top of my nose with that lighter color because it adds that extra dimension there as well. I have oilier skin, so I really like to set my highlight color with the Vanilla Dust setting powder, and I use the small side of this B squared brush because I dab it on to a large area, but I'm using pressing motions versus sweeping motions. And we also have an amazing brush here. This is the Powder Power Brush. It has this really intentional side here that you can come in underneath your eyes and press powder, just a light layer of powder exactly where you need it if you don't have oily skin or you're worried about creasing or things like that. So I like to set underneath my eyes, and I do set my oilier areas as well, just so that my skin can last, or my makeup can last all day in combination with my oily skin. All right, I am actually going to use this same side for contouring now, and if it has any makeup on it, I like to just swirl it out on a towel really quick and try and get off any excess there. And then I come in, I happen to have the color Ash in my palette, but most of the time I use Olive, but Ash works as well. They have a little bit of a different texture than each other, and Ash is a little more neutral. So Olive is slightly warmer and has a thicker texture, and Ash is creamier as well as this kind of darker, more gray toned. So when you are applying your contour, I distribute. So I dipped one time and then I just distributed the product right underneath your cheekbone. You want to find your cheekbone here. You can go from the top of your ear and you can feel this rounded bone here. And as you follow it down, it'll get squishy at the end. And you want to almost just come up underneath and press that bone up. That cheekbone right there, you want to press it up. And you don't want to go any lower than you need to. So you're just basically creating a shadow right there underneath where that natural cheekbone is. So once you distribute the product, then I like to come under my jaw and accentuate that shadow as well, and kind of use up the product that I have on this brush so that there's nothing left on it. And I can come in here, I got a little crazy high with this side. So just flip the brush around and use that other side to help you control. And I will just small circles and blend. So smooth and smooth, blend that right in. The next area that you put your contour is this top half of your forehead. And I, again, just one dab and then distribute that whole amount over top of your forehead and circle and blend it in so it becomes more of like a recessed shadow than a line on your head. And you can flip this brush around and blend that line away up there as well. Then next I come in with this flatter side right here of the fatter end, and I just barely lay this on my product. So I have a tiny bit on that edge, then I lay it on the side of my nose here and draw just a slight line right there. So you just want to, again, create a tiny shadow with the smallest amount of product that you can. And then again on the other side here, we just want to create a little shadow there and kind of connect the two together. Right there. And flip that brush over and blend it out so it becomes nice and soft. So there's not a line, it's more just a shadow on your nose. Put a little bit on my brush here, and then I do small circles right there on the apples of your cheeks and blend it up and out. And sometimes if I get a little crazy with it, I will just use, again, that other side that has a little bit of powder on it. That's why these brushes are so amazing, because they're double-sided. They really make your job easier, so you can blend as you go. You don't have to keep switching brushes. So at this point, I am going to come in with this cream bronzer that we just came out with, and it's called Bella. You can buy it as a single now. For a while, it was only available in the Mother's Day bundle, but it is available on its own or in a bundle with this brush, which is like a match made in heaven. So this comes on, it's really silky, and it just brings in warmth and life. So I kind of put it on the top of my cheekbone area to like where the sun would naturally kiss, like the top of my head. You can see the difference in warmth from this side to that side. It's really sheer, but it adds just kind of some creaminess and dimension. It's kind of a hard, you can see how it just warmed that right up. I still have the dimension from my highlight color though underneath, and this just kind of comes in and warms things up. It makes it really nice for summer. And I put a little on my nose, a little bit on my chin, just to bring the whole warmth look together. And sometimes I'll put just a couple swirls on my neck to tie all the color tones in together. And then finally, I come in with an Illuminator, which basically is just this beautiful shimmer that will catch the light on the top of your cheekbones. It adds dimension to your face, and it really just helps your skin come alive. Looks really hydrated, healthy, and it's really subtle. I also like to put this underneath my brow. And you can see how that pulls. It just catches the light ever so subtly. And again, don't wipe, press. So press that in as you're going and blend it in as you're going. Put a little bit more over here, right there, so that can just add some light. And sometimes I put it on the tip of my nose and on my top lip. So I did use a blush color for my lips as well. This is Black Cherry and then Nude on top of it. Black Cherry has a glossy finish and Nude has a more matte finish, and I feel like the two together really work well. And for me, they kind of stain my lips so that they last a really long time. Black Cherry especially does that. So there is my final look. And then to clean my brushes, I love our brush cleaner. So if you have been waiting for our brush cleaner to come back in stock, it is back now and it is incredible. So I'll show you really quick how it works. This is a dirty brush here, and it has highlight and contour on it as well. And so I'm just going to spritz a little bit on that tip of the brush, or you can spritz it onto a towel, and then just gentle swirls here to just clean it out. These brushes haven't been cleaned for about a week or so, but I actually recommend cleaning your brush just real quick in between each time, just like 1 or 2 spritz on it real quick and swirl them out. Will keep your brushes really healthy and will eliminate the need to, you know, really like get in there and grind it out. So you can see this brush is really cutting it clean, and look how much has come out just from those couple spritzes. So our brush cleaner is created for these brushes, and these brushes are created for this makeup, and this makeup will make your routine and your life so much easier. And I just can't say enough good things about it. So if you want to get hooked up with any of this stuff, let me know and I would love to help you out. So send me a message.